Reign of Terror. I am back, and I have a video for those of you who actually watch my videos. And we're almost at the end of the regular season now. It is week 11 now. There's 2 weeks left, and 9 teams are still alive with hopes of making the playoffs. The only team that isn't alive is With My Nipples. Sadly, they have been mathematically eliminated. Even Wilfork's Chode has a chance, and I'll get to that when I go through the playoff scenarios, who can make it, who's likely to make it, and who needs a miracle. First, I'll go through the matchups really quick. So we have a lot of movement if you guys saw the standings, and that's mainly because there's some serious win streaks and some serious loss going on. Now this week was kind of lame in terms of scoring. Chip Kelly Slaves, we have now won 3 in a row. I'm not sure how, my team is terrible. And Dingleberries, they've actually lost 4 in a row now, and I think they have one of the best teams in the entire league. Rams Rule, on the other hand, I think that their team's finally catching up with them, and they have dropped 4 in a row. They used to be the Huevos. Now they're the Peekaboo Crew, and they won. And their playoff hopes are still very much alive for a 5-6 team. Two Live Jew's been on a hot streak as well. They've won 3 in a row, and they managed to beat Ragin' Ray Rice this week. Good job, Two Live Jew. Your playoff hopes are still alive. With My Nipples lost to Greg's Splendid team. Greg's Splendid team is still in 3rd place. And Where's the Beef Brady has been on a hot streak as well. They won 4 in a row and clinched the playoff spot with their win over Wilfork's Chode, who has lost 3 in a row now. So Where's the Beef Brady is our first team to clinch a playoff spot, and now they're looking for that first round bye. 2 teams will get a bye in week 14, which gives them a big advantage. They can set their team up for success in week 15, the semifinals. And Where's the Beef Brady can pretty much do that. They just need a win, and if they get 2 wins, they're definitely in. They can probably lose 2 games and still receive a bye if Ragin' Ray Rice and the 6-5 teams also get some losses. It would actually be pretty tough for Ragin' Ray Rice not to make the playoffs. They get in with just 1 win, and they can qualify for a bye with 2 wins, and they can also qualify for a bye if they get 1 win but losses to Rams Rule, Chip Kelly, and Greg's team. If they actually miss the playoffs, they would have to lose both their games. Greg, Chip Kelly, Rams Rule, Peekaboo Crew all win their remaining games, and the Peekaboo Crew has a higher point total than Ragin' Ray Rice, which is possible because Peekaboo Crew has the highest point total right now. And don't forget, there's $150 to the team with the highest point total. And that brings us to our 6-5 teams. There's 3 of them. Greg's Splendid team, Chip Kelly Slaves, and Rams Rule. And you can see the point totals next to the names there. You'll qualify for the playoffs with 2 wins or 1 win, and in the rare case there's actually 4 7-6 teams, which could happen. They would need more points than the lowest 7-6 team, which would probably be Rams Rule unless some crazy changes happen. These teams can also qualify for a bye. They would definitely need 2 wins, and they'd have to have a higher point total than any other 8-5 team, or 2 losses to Ragin' Ray Rice and 2 wins to them. So these teams are definitely very close to getting a playoff spot. Now the 3 teams that are on the bubble, the Peekaboo Crew, Two Live Jew, and Dingleberries. Of the 3 of them, Peekaboo Crew is in the best position because they have the highest point total. Their scenario is a little bit more straightforward because they need to win both remaining games, and you would need a higher point total than the lowest 7-6 team. In the rare case that there's 4 7-6 teams, it's possible they could get in with 1 win. They'd need some losses from the 6-5 teams. They would also need more points than any other 6-7 team. So these teams can still get in, but you're going to need to score some points and win some games. This brings me to the last and my very favorite playoff scenario, Wilfork's Chode. They can qualify for the playoffs if and only if they win both their remaining games. They need Peekaboo Crew to lose both games. Rams Rule also have to lose both games because they're the only team with less points than Wilfork's Chode. And they also need Two Live Jew to lose to Chip Kelly Slaves, And they need to outscore 2 Live Jew by 94 points over the next 2 games. So you're saying there's a chance. Good luck to you, Will Forge. There you have it, folks. We're going to have a very competitive next 2 weeks. There's going to be some heartbreak and some triumphantness. And I want you guys also to have a really good Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend. Hopefully I'll see some of you. I should be back in town this weekend to hopefully watch the game and eat some wings. Austin, you owe me $100, but I'm not too worried because I have about $1,000 worth of Magic cards and collateral.